He sat outside a closed community center to finish his homework. The building's outdoor lights were still on. A security guard called the police. He was arrested for trespassing. Here's what happened in court.
Your Honor, I wasn't inside the building. I was just sitting at a picnic table outside. The lights there were bright enough for me to finish my math homework. We don't have good lighting at home. My assignment was due the next morning.
Your Honor, the community center closes at 8 p.m. After that time, the property is considered restricted. The defendant remained on the property after posted hours. That conduct meets the legal definition of criminal trespass.
So you were sitting outside at a public picnic table doing homework, and you were not damaging property, and you were not inside the building. This court is not going to criminalize a student for sitting under a light to finish homework.
A postal worker was fired and sued for $2,000 for delaying his mail route by 20 minutes to help an elderly veteran fix his fallen American flag.
Your Honor, he was crying in the mud. He fought in Iwo Jima. That flag meant everything to him. I couldn't just drive past and leave an old soldier struggling like that. It was the right thing to do.
We have strict GPS time metrics. A 20-minute unauthorized stop delays the entire grid. Efficiency is our mandate. If every carrier stopped to help with yard work, the mail would never get delivered. Peaceful time.
You fire the man for honoring a veteran? You care more about your precious metrics than basic human decency and patriotism? You are a disgrace to public service. Case dismissed. Get out of my sight.
His vintage car was crushed while he was overseas after his neighbor reported it as abandoned.
I asked him to watch my house and car while I was overseas, Your Honor. Told him that before I left. He agreed, but when I came back from deployment, my driveway was empty. Called the police and they told me to check if it was towed. The towing company told me my car was in their records, crushed as an abandoned vehicle.
Look, I don't remember agreeing to watch his house. I'm not his property manager. I have my own life. I watched that Camaro sit in the exact same position for 90 days. I reported it to the city as a potentially abandoned vehicle. That's the proper channel.
All right, you asked Mr. Sutton to watch your property while you were deployed. He agreed. You came back, your car's been crushed. But he reported it as abandoned 2 months into your deployment. Mr. Sutton, did you agree to watch his house while he was gone? You told him you'd keep an eye on things?
I don't know. I may have said something like that, but I didn't think.
You knew he was deployed and reported it as abandoned anyway. You're liable for the full $65,000.
He spent 2 weeks on vacation with his family, and when he came home, his $12,000 in-ground pool was completely empty. His neighbor stood in the yard with a garden hose, claiming the pool water was attracting mosquitoes, and he had every right to drain it.
I came home from vacation to find my entire pool drained. 12,000 gallons of water gone, and the liner already starting to crack from being empty. He came onto my property without permission, opened my pool equipment, and deliberately drained everything while I was gone for 2 weeks.
That pool had standing water that wasn't being maintained, and it was breeding mosquitoes that were swarming into my yard constantly. I tried calling him multiple times while he was gone, and he didn't answer, so I took action to protect my family from disease.
The pool was properly chlorinated and maintained. You trespassed on my property and caused thousands of dollars in damage because you were annoyed.
I've reviewed photos of the drained pool, the property line survey, and expert testimony about pool maintenance and mosquito breeding conditions. Even if there was a legitimate mosquito concern, you had no legal right to enter his property and drain his pool without permission or court order. You're ordered to pay $85,500 for refilling and rebalancing the pool, $3,200 for liner repair, and $4,000.
They bought a home where the only way to reach their garage was a gravel driveway. Weeks later, their neighbor blocked it and said the driveway was on his land.
Your Honor, when we purchased this home, the gravel driveway had clearly been used for years. It was packed down and lined with old timbers. We believed it was part of the property. We've kept it the same ever since. Every listing photo showed vehicles using it, and the previous owner confirmed it was the only way to reach the garage. That's why 3 weeks after we moved in, the neighbor placed concrete barriers across the driveway overnight. We suddenly had no way to access our garage or park behind the house.
Your Honor, that strip of land belongs to me. I allowed the previous owner to use it as a favor. When the property sold, that permission ended.
The evidence shows the driveway has been used continuously for more than 15 years. Maintenance receipts, aerial photographs, and delivery records all confirm regular use. Long-term, open, and continuous use of land for access can establish a prescriptive easement. That means the driveway may legally function as shared access even if the land itself belongs to another parcel. Court orders the immediate removal of the barriers and prohibits further obstruction of the driveway. The plaintiffs retain legal access through a prescriptive easement established by long-term use.
That's today's breakdown. If you're as shocked as we are, hit follow and share this with someone who needs to hear it. More unbelievable cases are coming soon.